And welcome back, continuing our special coverage for the developments on the ground regarding the decision by the U.S. administration of accepting a 15-day of ceasefire between the United States and Iran. And U.S. President Donald Trump said that the United States had won a total and complete victory after agreeing to a 2-week ceasefire deal with Iran. And he said that the U.S. has received a 10-point proposal from Iran, which he called a workable basis on which to negotiate. To shed more light on the issue, I'm very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of International Relations. Good morning, Dr. Wagih.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you so much.
You feel relieved now, right?
Yes, we have been tackling this very important issue, and
Yes.
few hours yesterday night, a few hours ago, the U.S. President Donald Trump announced the acceptance of a ceasefire agreement with Iran for 15 days. How do you see such development on the ground after, of course, what we have been witnessing from threats from the United States if the Iranians did not accept the ceasefire agreement of total destruction for the Iranian infrastructure?
Actually, let us have a title. Say, give peace a chance. Peace is needed for diplomatic channels to work and to find out workable solutions. I think that what happened yesterday, we should say thank God first.
Yes, of course.
And then we can say thanks for the mediators, for the initiatives that the people who really did like very much to make a stop on this unbelievable, unfair war for all the peoples of the area. So, for the peoples of the world, actually.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, I feel like it is very important. It's a long road now. Everyone could claim a victory his own way. No problem. This is a psychological thing that needs the negotiation to go on. And I think that now the road is open for the core problem, the Palestinian problem. Donald Trump made a plan composed of 20 points. I think he should exert his efforts to make it workable, to go for the second phase. There are many learned lessons actually from this crisis. First of all, that wars should end and diplomacy should start.
Of course.
The second lesson is that Israelis and Americans and everyone in this universe should know that you cannot cancel out entire people and entire others for your agenda. There should be a co-living agenda, no matter what. And by diplomatic and effective and rounded negotiation, you can reach your goals. And we have already mentioned something about the world should move to a phase of beyond the Machiavelli, with total rejection of the zero-sum mentality, because the zero-sum mentality will get the whole world to nowhere.
Indeed. Sir, the Americans and the Iranians will return again to the negotiating table to start the negotiations next Friday in Pakistan. We have seen great efforts exerted, of course, by the Pakistani mediators, of course, great Egyptian effort as well by the Egyptian diplomacy in order to solve the crisis and end the war peacefully. And, of course, what's next here after all these agreements and these efforts by the Egyptian and Pakistani diplomacy and other mediators as well? So what are our expectations after the announcement by the U.S. President yesterday?
I hope there is no return to resumption of hostilities and war again. This is one important thing there. All parties should agree on this, because if you still you didn't come up with something in the negotiating table, you go back to this circle. It's a vicious circle. Let us put an internal peace that would help all parties to rise and to co-live with each other. So I think this is one of the most important things that I hope to see. And this means Egypt's role should continue because, you know, as William Quant, one of the American experts, once said, Egypt is a super local power, and Egypt's role is very essential for stabilization of this area and the world, of course.
Yes.
So this is what I expect, actually.
Yes.
Expect a resumption of negotiation. Never go back to resumption of hostilities and to war again.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Wagih, also we have to mention here that the navigation in the Strait of Hormuz would be returning to normalcy, and of course we hope that the repercussions of almost 40 days of war would of course diminish. And how do you see the impact of this 40 days of war, that we hope it wouldn't return to any hostility again or any military actions between both sides? So how do you see the repercussion, and how to try to minimize the impact of these repercussions on the region?
Of course, one of the results that we can reflect on is that, yes, for the people of the world, I hope that they will witness extensive, effective diplomacy that would end the whole thing and make a workable result. And again, we hope that every things regarding prices that really tormented the peoples of the world, not only the people of the area. So I hope this will resettle and will come back to normal again, hopefully. And this could happen actually if there are effective reaching out to an outcome that would calm the situation and bring development to be sustainable again, and for the world to be men and women at work again.
Yes. So are we going to witness here a real breakthrough, a real peace between the United States and, of course, Iran after resuming to negotiations that would be starting next Friday in Pakistan? Are we going to see a solution regarding the disputes regarding the Iranian nuclear file and other files of disputes between Iran and the United States?
I think that if we are supposed to make a wake-up call that all parties should be rational, I hope that everyone can agree to what could be agreed upon in a sense that would make win-win situation. The point about emulating others will never work out. Will never work out. People can go for suicidal wars, as we have seen Iran did that when you try to emulate, and when you try to make the negotiation as surrender negotiation. No, it should be a building up for peace solution. And I hope that the Israeli could learn the lesson and they could understand they were under fire too. And we hope that everyone should know that retaliation is there. You cannot cancel out others.
Indeed. Dr. Hassan Wagih, our international relations expert, thank you so much, sir, for your precious input. Always a pleasure. And indeed, in a very positive developments on the ground, the U.S. President Donald Trump announced yesterday the acceptance of a ceasefire agreement with Iran that would be taking place for 15 days, and a resumption of peace negotiations that would be taking place in Pakistan starting next Friday. And we hope, of course, that no war would resume, or no hostilities or military actions that would be taking place again between the two sides. That would be our special coverage for the current developments on the ground regarding the Iranian-American war. Thank you very much for watching.